Welcome to Fighting Favorites, the podcast that feels like when you fill out paperwork somewhere and the receptionist says, "Wow, that was so fast." Yeah? You guys know, right?
No, I do know. I know.
You know the feeling?
I like to laugh when I'm not supposed to. I think a sunset's best with a pink hue. I love to dance and I like fondue. But my favorite thing in the world is talking with you.
I know the feeling.
That's great.
Well,
It is.
yeah.
It's because you get to mark no on everything. Like,
Yeah,
do you do
yeah.
this? No.
Well, I mean, I really do try to go fast on paperwork because I think I worked at a place where paperwork was a thing that I'd hand out, and like it would,
Okay.
That's true.
there would be
The
people that
plasma
would take
center.
forever. Yes. And so whenever I get paperwork for someone, I'm just like, I'm going to fill this out faster than anybody else has ever filled out anything in their lives. Ka-chow! You know?
And when they
Sweet,
validate you, it's
yeah.
cherry
Yeah.
on top.
Yeah.
I love it.
Never thought of that.
I'm
Great.
glad.
It's a favorite thing.
Well, yeah, it's an episode opener, so it's not.
That's true. That's true.
It didn't make it to bracket.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's what my list that I made for those are just.
I like that. Just
bracket
things that
openers
Make you
where I'm like,
feel good.
Yeah.
not good enough for a bracket. But,
Right.
well, now I'm going to be embarrassed now that you hear the things in my bracket and you're like, that made it to the bracket.
Yeah. Don't be embarrassed.
Now that you know I have two lists, I'm
Right.
feeling a little wonky.
We'll judge
Guys.
slightly.
It's been
Adam.
just 2 weeks. It's
know.
been. But
Since you looked at me.
it feels like it's been so long. I think it's because our podcast has been releasing regularly. And,
We're kind of a big deal.
it's a
Life is-
sensation. Yeah.
Life is
Yeah.
just moving.
What a whirlwind.
Sensation. Wow.
Can barely go to the grocery store
The fame.
anymore,
Yeah.
you know?
Seriously. I do know.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, you're that chick from the podcast, right?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
They hear your voice and they're just
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh,
That's her.
It's
does she
both
look into
been
space?"
the
feels
exact
like she
kind of
does.
things. Yeah, the exact kind of
I have a
things
feeling
you
she
wanna
looks
be
into
famous
space.
for. Yeah. Oh man,
Instantly
but
recognizable.
it's
Yes.
been really cool, and thank you if you're still listening at this point because I
Yes.
have been watching the view count, and we are steadily going down in listeners. But, but if you're still listening,
Totally.
thank you so much.
Yes. Thank
it's
you.
actually like literally we're losing half of our listeners every episode.
Per
I know.
episode?
We've only at this point of recording, we've only released 3 episodes, but which I mean, it's understandable. Everyone's gonna watch the first episode.
That's true.
and then
that's
the
true.
second episode, and then I don't know, it just kind of died off a little bit, and I'm sure it'll pick
You
up
guys will pick
eventually,
back
right?
up.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We hit our stride in episode
They'll be
4.
back.
Yeah.
Once
For sure.
word gets around
Yes.
about episode 4,
Yeah. And I also don't know how to do marketing super well either. So I downloaded
think you're doing
TikTok for the
great.
first time, and I made a Reddit page that has 1 member, and it's me. And
What?
yeah,
I will join.
so,
You're going to double your membership here soon.
That's the kind of growth we like. That's the kind
Yeah.
of growth we can point
Yeah.
to and say, hey.
Nate, maybe you could get on.
100%.
and we
I'll
would be
space it out so
skyrocketing.
that
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
week it's just
Yeah.
100% growth.
We yeah.
Gotta boost those numbers.
But
Yes.
it has been fun just to see people reaching out and
Yeah.
doing the polls too, because I get
Yes.
to see how people vote on the polls, and they vote against you guys a lot in the first.
Yeah.
I can't remember
I see
a lot
that.
of the times what I voted for.
You
And
guys
I'm just
are getting
like-
overturned quite a bit, and it's
I know.
just,
I know.
You know what?
people have
Then-
spoken.
I guess we need to get them on the podcast.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
they
And
can
hey.
put their own bracket in.
And hey,
fair.
that's our goal, is to just keep bringing people on. Like
We're
had
looking,
Becca
you
on.
guys.
Yeah, we're looking. And if
Yes.
we haven't reached out, it's you. It's not us.
Yeah, it's because we're so busy with the fame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic. Well, You guys, speaking
Hey.
of our widespread fame,
Yes.
I actually have a surprise for you guys this week.
A surprise?
A surprise!
Ooh.
So,
Do we have a famous person coming on our podcast?
Wait, is Robert Downey Jr. coming on our
Yeah.
podcast?
we do kind of have
Speaking
a
of widespread fame.
Yeah.
My dog will be on next week.
we kind of do have some famous people on this podcast, and it's us three
Whoa.
because
That's fair.
we have a person who has submitted favorite things to the show. And guess what? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, whose mom
We know them.
submitted
Yeah.
something?
Right.
And it's not. This is a person that we do not know, because they actually, I posted in another forum on Reddit,
Yeah.
and they responded, and then they sent me a list of 8 of their favorite things
Wow.
in the same style.
Yay.
This is from Lucas, who reached out to me. He sent me 8 of his favorite things, and he suggested to me that I pit them up against somebody else's. So
Cool.
I think he was thinking
I like
maybe
that.
that we had multiple submitters, but we don't.
Right. Yeah.
It's just you, Luke.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And,
Lucas.
this is Lucas S. He said I could use his name on the podcast.
Okay.
And he says he doesn't really use social media, but he is at Very Lukely on Twitter and Discord, or X, I guess.
Nice.
And he said I could give him a little shout out there. So thank you, Lucas. You
Yes,
are now
Lucas.
my best friend.
Lucas,
yeah.
that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Besides me, Lucas, you can't take my spot.
You cannot take
Yeah.
Stacy's spot. But
Fun.
this is a list, and I've mixed them up, so it's every other matchup is me, and then it's Lucas. It's gonna be
Oh, okay.
pretty.
Ooh, okay. So
well,
his will make it into the following rounds for sure.
Yes, for sure.
that.
And then we're gonna go up against each other in the next round.
Right,
It's
right.
gonna be my things
Ooh.
versus Lucas's things. So
I love
like that.
and it'll be very clear which things are which almost immediately.
Okay.
Okay. So
Does he
Does
have
he like
a
the
lot of
outside?
outdoors? Yeah.
Yeah.
no, it's just that my things are very much me. I think. that
Okay.
I think you guys are gonna catch on, but
Okay.
I'll also
Yeah.
let you know.
Sure.
If you don't. Okay. First up in this bracket, we have Smart Food White Cheddar Popcorn. That is
love it.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. I ate it this morning
Absolutely.
for breakfast.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe it was
Wow.
yesterday.
It's a
It was
great
yesterday.
one. It's
It
a
is.
great one. And the other thing is the stage version of Newsies.
I know someone who's been in the Newsies.
Oh my gosh.
In the Newsies.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Adam
not
himself.
not the Broadway version of it.
No.
I was
No.
like, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in a
certain
stage version of
person-
Newsies.
Yes.
Yes, I was.
Loves both
I was.
watching and performing.
I
in
wonder
Newsies.
who did this matchup.
This is a tough one.
Smart Food White Cheddar Popcorn. Not a sponsor, but
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Delicious. I know.
love it so
Love
much.
it.
Adam's
I know.
just going up to random people and telling him how much he loves them.
I-
popcorn.
Yeah.
Literally, like, yeah, they don't need to sponsor me because
Yeah.
I
They
do
can
the
see
work
it in the
for free.
handfuls.
Yeah, I do the
Yeah.
work for free. I think I mentioned something before on the podcast, which is things that are snacks that you can eat a lot of without getting sick of it. And
Right.
this
Oh,
is something
right.
that I could demolish 3 bags and I'd just be like, was that it? Was that all we have? I like
Incredible.
Ready for number 4.
I love it
Yeah.
so much.
That's true.
Ugh,
It is so
it's
delicious.
so good.
Okay,
guys.
Nate, are you ready?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1. Newsies.
Newsies.
Yes! Newsies forever.
All right,
I
so
feel like
if-
you built up that smart food so good, and
Yeah.
then we're just like,
Good.
yeah, okay.
But
Newsies.
I actually,
But I love that
you know,
popcorn.
I don't think I was expecting you guys to say Newsies, and it
Oh.
just filled me with genuine excitement.
Well,
Good,
if there
yeah.
aren't enough groups that need to come after me for something, one other thing that they can is I am not a popcorn person. In fact,
oh
I
no, Nate.
actively
Nate.
seek against popcorn.
Nate.
Okay, I'm gonna need an
Yes,
explanation as to what seek against popcorn.
Yeah, or actively not. Yeah, I am just not ever.
You're standing
asking
outside
for
of popcorn
Yeah.
stands with
Yeah.
picket
I am
signs.
picketing
just-
against popcorn.
He's the newsies at the popcorn stand.
popcorn, not corn. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's right. Yes. No,
Interesting.
and it's funny
That is
because literally
interesting.
both my mom and my sister are popcorn fiends. They love popcorn at home or at the movies, whatever it is. They love popcorn. I would rather have any other like snack or crunchy food because I think the cons that come from eating popcorn, which some people might say there are none, but biting down on a kernel, eating burnt popcorn, and or getting kernels stuck in your teeth, like those three things ruin the whole experience for me. So
That's why the smart food, white cheddar popcorn, eliminates two of those problems.
I
Does
really
it?
think you're just gonna
You
alienate
don't bite
yourself
down
from
on
people
kernels.
on
I
this
know.
podcast
Here's the
today.
thing.
And you don't get burnt popcorn.
I used to not tell people because their reactions were just like the faces you guys have made in the last 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Isn't
But
that
I've
funny?
learned to own that about myself, and
That's fair.
you know,
Mm.
I'm just the way that I am, and I've learned to accept that.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
well,
Yeah.
But feel free,
Moving
you know.
along.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay. We're moving on.
Newsies for the win.
Yeah.
Remembering a piece of upcoming media you were interested in but haven't thought about in forever, looking it up and finding out that it just released or releases very soon.
Ooh,
So
okay.
that's like to say like there's a new season of a show that like you haven't
The
thought about in a
announcement.
while, and then you're like, oh, I want to look this up, and then you look it up
Right.
and it's
Recently.
releasing in like a week,
Yeah.
or it just
I do like
released
that,
like a whole
actually.
season.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So that's one of them.
Big fan
Definitely
of that.
can relate. Yes.
Yeah.
And then the second
Love is
thing
blind.
is okay. And then the second thing is
Carry
when a
on.
conversation I will. When a conversation you'd been planning in your head goes exactly as you played.
Oh, Lucas
Ooh,
S.
plan.
These are fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, when I looked at his things, I was like,
These are a lot
I
deeper
like-
than mine.
I actually
Yeah.
like all of
He's
his
fitting it
things
right
so
in
much.
already.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay,
Wow.
so remembering, you know, a piece of media that you were excited about before, or
Yeah. Yes.
when a conversation you had planned goes well,
Yeah.
or like you planned.
Or exactly like you'd planned it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Conversation planned.
Ooh,
Ooh,
baby.
okay.
Oh
Ooh,
no.
Baby.
Yeah, no, I
know.
actually can think of a few different times.
I like
when,
both.
Yeah, the media, like
Yeah.
the announcement will come out, 3, 4, 6 months, beforehand, and you don't think about it for a while, and then you see like in theaters tomorrow, and you're like, oh, what?
That's true.
That does get me hype. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
I think I'm going to go with the media.
That's
just,
fair.
Just because I think I'm not someone who gets super anxious about conversations the whole time. I do every once in a while, but
Right.
I think for the most part, I'm pretty okay with conversations, and I don't have a lot of them to where I'm that anxious about it. There are times when I do have that anxiety, but it's not super often. The media thing is it's just so exciting because
That's
as
true.
someone who consumes content like a fiend, and I reused fiend earlier, just like Nate's mom enjoys popcorn.
Yes.
I often run out of stuff to watch, and I'm constantly
that's true.
re-listening to stuff or rewatching stuff. And so to find out that there's new stuff coming out soon of something that I love, that's a great feeling. I love that so much.
Totally.
That's a good choice.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, we're going to move it on through. next up, a little matchup by me, yours truly.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Playing catchphrase with competitive people. You guys know what catchphrase is?
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yes.
catchphrase. Versus the feeling of independence from living alone for the first time.
Describe that one a little bit more. What do you mean?
So, like, when you first, like, get your own apartment for the first
Oh.
time and you're just, like,
Mm.
living by yourself and you don't have roommates and you're just... It's just
Yeah.
like that freedom of just being alone in your own apartment.
Got it.
Mm.
I see.
Or,
Okay. Well,
I guess house if you're so...
man,
Right.
I'm locked in on this
What
one.
was the first one?
Catchphrase with competitive people.
Catchphrase, okay.
with competitive
Or the
people.
independence of first time living
Yeah.
alone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm locked
3,
in. You got it, Stace?
2, 1.
Independence.
Catchphrase.
Oh, man. Stacey and I
Yeah.
out of sync.
We are. We are.
Yeah.
Really?
And-
You love catchphrase? I mean, I love it
That's one
too.
of my favorite games. And if someone actually can play it well,
Yes.
that game is so intense and
It's
so
so
enjoyable.
fun.
When you're in sync with people on your team,
Yes.
it's huge.
They're like 2 words in, and you're just like,
Yeah.
ah!
Yeah.
That's the thing that I think of when I think of like really good board games with friends and laughing and the
I
arguments,
love
Right.
everything
catchphrase.
that comes out of it. Like
Yes.
that's the game because that's the one that people get so loud and so like.
yes.
I feel like everyone like kind of looks at it sometimes like, oh, catchphrase, and then once everyone starts playing, they're like
I know.
having the time of their life.
I know. I love
So
that game.
it is good. However,
And I didn't enjoy it. Okay.
okay. Well, as soon as I read it, I was like, this was not a fair matchup that
Yeah.
this came up against living like especially as
Oh,
someone who is not independent at the moment. It is
Yeah.
something that I crave to feel again.
Mm.
So
Yeah. No,
it's
That's
too good.
good.
when I went back to grad school, I was back in Boise, I was able to, it was like a roller coaster of independence and non-independence. I had a roommate, then I didn't have one and it was the best. And then the person was like, hey, I'm selling the house. So I had to go quickly find another roommate before trying to find my other place after a few months. And so every time I was able to just get my own place, waves of relief just washing over. So
It feels so good.
to this
I'm
day,
actually
I'm like, I love it.
surprised, Stacy, that you didn't choose that one. I would think that would be something.
Well, you said when you first move out, and when I first moved out, I cried every day and called my mom.
Oh,
which is
really?
Like, please
Oh,
let
okay.
me come home. Yeah, it was. I
Oh
didn't
my
enjoy
gosh.
moving out, and I
Okay.
also have lived on my own only a handful of times,
Yeah.
and none of the experiences have been that enjoyable.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I would not have guessed that.
yeah. I have
I
mostly lived
really
with
love it.
roommates.
Totally
Okay.
valid.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go.
Except the one thing I do like is getting to play my music as loud as I want.
Yes,
It's a good
That's the
feeling.
best part of living alone.
it is
I
the
think.
best part.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's my favorite part of it, but
yeah.
it's a good part.
it's a
definitely
part.
a good part.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we got Lucas S again.
Okay.
That moment on a plane ride when the plane starts to leave the ground or touches down.
Hmm.
Or-
Okay, that I love that already.
Yeah.
Ready for the
It's
next
a
one?
good one. It is
Yeah,
a good
love
one.
that.
Versus when it's storming outside when you're going to sleep, but not in a scary way. So just
What,
distant
Lucas? Why are you being so
thunderstorms.
different
isn't
than
he?
anything?
He's
Yes.
really showing us up here.
I
Isn't
love
that
this.
Yeah, I love
killer?
it.
That was awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, the
plane
first
ride
one was
or
the plane
storm
ride. Okay.
as you're falling asleep. Ooh, two really good things. I love it.
I
love
know.
it. But
Really
I
good
think
things.
I'm ready. Ready,
Just you
Stace?
do the countdown so I can
Okay.
just make a last minute decision.
it just comes out. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Plane ride.
Plane ride.
Oh, wow. Okay. Here we go.
I don't
Yeah.
like the touchdown. I actually hate the touchdown,
You
but I
hate the
love the
touchdown?
takeoff. I hate
I
it.
That
think
is
I like
cool.
if I'm
brace
not-
my feet and I'm like,
I could be wrong, but I think I actually just recently added that to my own favorite things. Because
Really?
Of,
I
yes.
don't
Because it's
think
so exciting. I don't know. It's just like it. Not only does
Yeah.
it feel great, but you're like, all right, it's happening.
yes,
I'm going to where I'm
yes,
going.
That's so true. That is so true.
And that's exciting.
It's not something that
Sure.
I particularly love, but I could see how someone likes it.
Yeah.
It is kind of a weird, like, it feels like you're like on the takeoff. This might be a weird way to think of it, but it feels like I'm being caught, like when the plane takes off. It feels like it kind of goes back down a little bit, so it feels like something's catching us, like as we go back down. I don't know.
Interesting.
It's just kind of, it's a weird feeling. I think I agree with Stacy. I don't like the touchdown. The touchdown, even though I try to be so cool about it while I'm on the plane, I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. Every time I'm like holding on, my feet are pressed in. I'm just I do feel relief every time.
I hate the touchdown.
We get the touchdown. Hearing something nice about yourself secondhand.
Oh, I do
so
like
that. This is kind of along with the. I think I did something about cooking something and having people talk about it. But this is like when someone's like, I was just talking to this person the other day. They were just going on and on about how great of a person you are or something.
Or I was just talking with somebody about you.
Because when people say nice things to you, sometimes you're just like, oh, this could just be, I don't know, ingratiate themselves more to you or like make them like you more or something like that. But when you hear it just came up in a conversation. It just feels so much more genuine to me.
That's true.
Versus the rush you get from hitting the purchase button. And I think I know where Nate's going to land. But I get an actual rush every time I've got a full cart on Amazon and I'm just like, here we go.
Do it. Woo! We're doing it.
I feel a rush, but a different kind of rush. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Can apprehension be a rush?
I don't think so.
It's more like anxiety rush.
I think mine is more of like a woo, no going back.
Yeah. That's different kind of rush.
That's a hard. I like that. Okay.
All right. Ready?
3, 2, 1. A compliment
secondhand.
Okay. That's a good one.
It's just so nice
on that one. It is so nice. It's a good one.
Yeah, because that's the other thing too, is that person didn't have to say that. You know?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And the fact that they're just like, oh my gosh, Sarah just said this about you. I thought that was so cool or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
Great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, out of season snowfall that melts really fast, so you just get the wonder with none of the cleanup. That's from Lucas S.
Lucas, why does he write so magically?
He's killing it, right? And here's where he might disconnect with you, Stacy.
Okay.
Is that having a photo library that is 99% pictures of your cat or dog.
That's fair. It could be baby though, like, or of your baby.
Yeah, I guess.
Baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like a pet, right?
Yeah. He
they
probably
do call
doesn't
them
have
fur
a
babies
baby.
for a reason.
Yeah.
All right, you're locked in,
Okay.
Stace?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Snow.
Pictures.
Pictures. Whoa, Stacy.
I get so angry about snowfall in June because the winters here are so long that any snowfall.
You guys are both in very snowy places.
Yes, outside of like its original time that it's supposed to be here is not cool to me.
Yeah,
not cool.
I actually do like it a lot.
Honestly, the only reason I'm really voting for that is as somebody who doesn't have a pet. I mean, I love pets.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I can't relate as much to that one. I do love dogs, and or even taking pics, but there is something like actually last year that was something that like the snowfall that happened. It was just like quick, just huge heavy snow pounding down, and then it was gone by the afternoon, like in April or May, and it was just like whoa, like just kind of exciting and fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it being I read it, but I didn't think about it being out of season really until Stacy said that. That does kind of change a little bit. I wonder what that means for me though. Oh, but then the other thing is
what does that mean for you, Adam?
Yeah.
I do have a dog. I'm not a big pet pick person though.
That's fair.
It's just not something that's ever
I just like snow out of season more than I am
Did
like,
you
oh
say snow?
no,
I
no.
thought you said the
I said animals. That's what I'm saying.
I think I just convinced
dislike.
Stacy.
Sorry, I dislike.
I thought you said
snow.
Oh,
I just
okay.
like. Okay.
Oh no, dislike. Snow.
I think I'm gonna have to go with out of season snowfall.
That's fine.
Just because it melts so fast. I think
That's true.
is that qualifier right there, where it just melts so fast that you don't have to clean it up. It's just like, hey, it's snowing. I think that's fun. That's fun.
I will say,
Okay.
what's funny though is my feelings like if you get a snowfall like in early to mid March, and it's more just like winter hanging on. I do not like that. I'm like, I am ready to move on here.
And we've all lived in places where like that winter just like hangs on for forever.
Yes.
And it's
awful
so much.
Yeah.
Like
so much.
October to May like should not be winter, you know.
Yes.
That's not cool.
Yes.
But just one kind of random day. Love it.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we got some of my own. Looking up a YouTube video for a seemingly impossible task and finding out it's actually not that hard. Versus dancing goofily with friends at a party or wedding.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Dancing.
Yeah,
Finally, Nate. Finally.
Dancing and Newsies. That's where we connect.
Yes. Yes.
Which is a lot of dancing, too.
There's a lot of
dancing. That's fair.
There's a lot of
very
dancing
fair.
in Newsies.
Yes.
A lot of dancing in Newsies.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Anytime people are like committed to the goofy dance and having a good time doing it,
Totally.
Yeah.
there's really nothing better.
Yeah. I used to be a cool kid back in the day and was just like, no way am I ever dancing. And
You're like, I do choreographed dances only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I dance Newsies or nothing.
Yes.
No, I would be back of the dance up against the wall. But, once you just shed that inhibition of who cares,
Totally.
it's just so much more fun to be
It's so
in the
freeing.
group.
And it doesn't
Just
matter how
be
bad
in,
your
like, a
dance moves are.
Yeah,
Totally.
Exactly. It's just
I will say
fun.
it really does help when the rest of the group is
You
also
can't
having
do it
fun.
alone. Yeah, that's
Yes.
why it's with
Yes.
friends, is
Totally.
because you can't do that alone and still feel great about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna the anxiety is just gonna kick in if you're doing it alone, unless you're superhuman. But or it just wouldn't be fun. I guess you don't feel anxious, but it's just not as fun. But for sure, don't. Yeah, I love that one too. The looking up a YouTube video for a seemingly impossible task, another great one though. It's just such a nice feeling where
everything's on YouTube.
How am I ever going to fix this problem? And I'm like, I wonder if there's an easy solution. And then I'm like, oh, there is.
A 3.5 minute video? Wow.
Yeah. Okay. This is the last one of this round. This is Lucas S. again.
Okay.
When somebody in a story is cornered and is forced to jump off a cliff or building or out a window, but secretly has a way to survive. I like that one. I like that one a lot. I think that I like that one a lot. I think that one's very cool.
That's awesome.
Or being skeptical for the sequel of something because of how good the original is, then they completely pull it off.
Ooh. All right, I'm locked in.
I feel like I need to take notes from Lucas.
I know, right? He's killing it.
Goodness.
Lucas,
Mr.
you're our
Reddit
best friend.
Lucas. Yeah.
You ready, Stace? I'm going to count down.
Wait. I forget the second one already.
The movie sequel that ends up being as good, even though the original is really good.
Okay. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. Sequel.
Yeah, that's a good one. I do like the first one a lot, too.
I do, too.
I think that's a very cool thing is when
Doesn't that happen in Hercules? I feel like it does.
I feel like something's flying by. I'm also thinking Lord of the Rings when Gandalf has to jump off and the eagle comes and saves him.
The eagle, that is cool. That is cool. Oh man, this sequel one.
Power.
What are you thinking, Nate, for the sequel? I think we might be thinking of the same movie.
Terminator 2 is a big one that I think of.
I was thinking of The Dark Knight is what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw
was
Batman
great.
Begins and I was like, Batman Begins.
That was so good.
You can't get better than that.
That's
That was
true.
the best
That's true.
superhero movie
Best
ever.
movie
And then
ever.
The Dark Knight came out and I was like, oh no.
That's true.
I was like, this was great.
Yeah.
And then The Dark Knight Rises was fine, in my opinion. It was
I
great.
didn't
But
really
it just had an impossible standard.
Oh, yeah. Now, at that point, how do you beat 2?
It was, you can't just keep, there's not enough steps to climb up, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
man.
thinking Frozen.
Ooh. Oh,
you like Frozen 2 more?
Not more. I'm just saying it wasn't disappointing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, lived up to your expectations, even though the first one was good. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be frozen for a little bit as
we are.
Go on a little break. We'll be right back. And welcome back. We've got our round 2. This round is
Adam
Lucas
and Lucas.
Lucas v. Adam.
In the best way.
In the best way. Okay.
I will do my best to remain impartial.
Please. You won't even remember whose is whose.
Well,
okay. First up, the stage version of Newsies.
Versus.
Remembering a piece of upcoming media you were interested in but haven't thought about in forever, looking it up, and finding out that it just released or releases very soon.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Media.
Newsies.
Oh, this is.
I was wondering if we would split on this one.
My thing.
You're gonna choose. Yeah, Adam, are you gonna choose yourself, or
Oh no!
Are you gonna choose one of your favorite? I mean, that is gonna dub since it is your favorite.
That is kind of hard because I mean,
be true to yourself, Adam.
I am leaning towards Newsies, but that feels unfair. I'm the decision maker here, right? Because I do love it, but that's because I put it down on my favorite things list. But I love his thing too, actually, a lot. Oh boy.
Oh boy is right.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
What a conundrum we're in.
I mean, don't betray yourself, Adam.
Yeah.
I think Lucas will understand.
If I really think about
I think so too.
I really do think I'm gonna go with his. I
really?
Remembering an upcoming piece of media. I think it is something that is very cool, especially when it's something that you really loved, where you're just like, oh yeah, I wonder if they're going to do a new season of that or something. And then looking it up and being like, oh, they're on episode 4 already this season, like I said, as someone
open the gates and seize the
well, see, that's the movie version of Newsies, is what you're
do
singing.
They sing that on the stage?
They sing a version of that song, but it's not Open the Gates.
Oh, interesting.
Is it?
Open the stage and seize. Come on, you don't have enough time. Jeopardy is going.
I
ding,
know.
Ding, ding, ding.
I'm gonna go with remembering a piece of media. I think.
All right.
Okay.
It's something I love, and it's the fact that I need to remain impartial. I think so. It's a bit of both.
Separate from yourself, Adam.
It's not something I dislike. It's something I really do love. So I think we're just gonna roll with it.
That's fair.
Okay. The feeling of independence from living alone for the first time versus that moment on a plane ride when the plane starts to leave the ground or touches the ground.
Oh, those are two.
Yeah, that is
two things.
Yeah, truly the first tough matchup, I think, this so far.
Agree to disagree. All right.
For me. Let me.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna count down, and you just have to say what comes out first. Yep. 3, 2, 1. Take
Independence. Oh,
Gosh
I
dang
thought we
you,
were
Nate.
going to.
We are done. We're done.
It's over.
Ah.
All right, Adam.
Adam. My
More
arms
identity
are
crisis
crossed.
coming
you
your
can't
way.
see it, but yeah.
I know. Stacy's gonna beat me up.
Ooh, independence.
I feel bad knowing that
That's
wasn't
fine because you don't like the touchdown.
I don't like the touchdown, and that's the only reason I think. But I did think that was gonna be something that you would resonate with, Stacy, when I wrote it down. I was like, I think Stacy would like that. But apparently it was the opposite, where it was a horrifying experience for you. So.
Unenjoyable, really.
Next up, hearing something nice about yourself secondhand versus out of season snowfall that melts really fast. So you just get the wonder with none of
I wonder which one Stacy's going to pick. Well, it might be another
3, 2, 1. Secondhand
snowfall.
Compliment. Don't you dare.
Over a secondhand compliment?
I know. Nate is just doing this
come
for
on.
fun now.
Come on, Nate. No way.
I'm going to take a suck of the sucker right now.
I think this is an unfair matchup for Lucas's things, because I think, I love a secondhand compliment too much. So I see. This
I don't know.
This isn't fair when you guys
Nate doesn't
disagree.
like snowfall that much.
Yeah.
It's honestly, specifically when it's out of season and it melts quickly, is literally one of the few times that I'm like welcoming that experience. That and like early snowfall in the winter.
You're
just
welcoming it, but is it a favorite thing?
No, it's one of Lucas's. I'm just picking my of the two.
Hearing something nice about yourself is it's gonna move forward. It has to. It really has to. I care too much about what people think about me.
Me too.
Nature's wonders are nothing to
I was gonna say
my ego.
the magic of nature.
Yeah.
Okay. Last up, dancing goofily with friends at a party or wedding versus being skeptical for the sequel of something because of how good the original is. Then they completely pull it off.
3,
I'm ready.
2, 1.
Dancing. Oh, man.
Finally.
Sorry to Lucas.
Oh, my word.
I
thought we'd never agree again, Nate.
You know what?
Man.
Dancing just brings people together.
I know.
As shown
agree.
in this case.
I love dancing. Yeah, finally it brought us together. Yes.
We'll always.
All right.
That one might have potential to go all the way. We'll see. But
semifinal here. We have remembering a piece of upcoming media you were interested in but haven't thought about in forever, looking it up, and finding out that it just released or releases very soon. Versus the feeling of independence from living alone for the first time.
Okay. Stacy,
I don't love either of those.
Okay. I think we may split again. This is, we're just on different wavelengths this time, but I'm ready to count down.
Okay, fine. 3, 2, 1. Media.
Independence. Yeah. I knew that was going to come.
Cancel.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's fair.
Boy. How, this is something I always struggle with when something is like such a big feeling versus like, you know what I'm talking about? Because we talk about like our favorite things. You talk about like, oh, this is my favorite snack. And this is the feeling of like
what you mean.
Bliss and peace and tranquility, where it is a little bit like, well, I know which one I would like rather have, but it's like,
it kind of comes around with like the whole like novelty of something or rarity of it versus
where it does feel like I don't know, they are two different good feelings,
and yet you must decide.
I appreciate them so much. Remembering upcoming media that you're interested, like I love new content so much, and I'm always on the hunt. So if anyone's ever got something for me to watch, and Nate knows this too, I consume content like crazy. I remember Nate started showing me Brooklyn Nine-Nine when it first started to come out. He's like, yeah, I just started watching this new show. And then like Nate came down like the next afternoon.
Season 3.
And I was just like, oh, I finished all 4 seasons that they have out right now. And I've already bought all my merch. So.
Voracious.
And yeah. And so I do just like consume media so much. So it's just great to have a new
Well, you're an indoorsy person, so it makes sense.
I'm an indoorsy person.
Yeah.
There it is.
And it's a pleasant surprise when you're just
It
like,
is a pleasant surprise.
Love that.
Yeah.
And then we have hearing something nice about yourself secondhand versus dancing goofily with friends at a party or wedding.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Dancing.
I knew it.
Dancing.
Okay.
I love it so much.
Yeah. And here we go. It's a tough matchup. We've got it, and it came down to it. It's me versus Lucas S.
That's interesting.
It's
actually.
me versus Lucas S. here in
It
the
is.
finals.
Okay.
As it should be.
Remembering a piece of upcoming media you are interested in but haven't thought about in forever, looking it up and finding out that it just released or releases very soon, versus dancing goofily with friends at a party or wedding.
All right.
Okay.
Stacy, there?
I am. 3, 2,
2, 1.
1. Dancing.
Goofily. Wedding or party.
Had to happen.
Yes.
Oh,
Love that.
man. But honestly, Lucas S., thank you so much.
Those were
Oh, so many
well
good things,
thought
yeah.
out.
So many good things where I
Yeah.
was
Gosh.
when I opened that email, I was blown away. I was just like, this is perfect. Because I did
Totally.
I was like, I wonder if people are gonna this sounds condescending. I was like, I wonder if people are gonna submit good stuff, you know, where we were just gonna have
things
to
gonna
like,
be good.
yeah, where we
Yeah.
were just gonna have to be like, this is
Screen
not
them
great.
all out,
Yeah, this
right.
is not great. But I think every one of those we were just like,
Those were
this is
incredible.
awesome.
Great feelings, great
So,
moments.
Yeah.
Love those things.
Yeah, love it so much. But
And honestly,
yeah.
you know what? I'm not mad about dancing going all the way. Like I
Yeah.
said, like
Me
dancing with
either.
friends, I feel closer to people when I do it too. When you
Totally.
get like when you develop a bond of just dancing goofily, it
Yes.
just feels like the most like vulnerable thing you can do in a group of friends.
That's so
Yeah.
true.
Probably
But
not,
then
but it
what's
is like
fun is when everyone recognizes that how silly it is and that we're all just being a little vulnerable and hype each other up, and a throwback song comes on and you guys just gosh dang,
yeah.
it's so good.
It's
I
a
love
good
it.
So
one.
good.
That's
Yeah.
a good one. I
That
love
is.
it so much. Well, we had a great week this week. And if you want to, you can go ahead and follow me at Seattle Catamer, if you will.
Latimer.
Mhm.
You can follow Staceface at Staceface886.
886.
And you can follow Nate at the Nate Van. And, you know, we talked about a lot of our favorite things this week. But you know what my favorite thing was? It's Lucas S. for submitting his things.
For the
He's my
win.
favorite.
That is so
Over
true.
Stacy.
That is no, Adam.
Welcome to the club, Lucas.
Hey, it's Adam. Thank you so much for listening to our show. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at FightingFavorites. And leave us a 5-star review on Spotify, Amazon Music, or Apple Podcasts. And if you leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, you can actually write a review. And in that review, put one of your favorite things, and we'll include it on our Instagram poll that goes up every Friday. We're calling it Fighting Fridays. It's gonna be a thing. And besides that, just please tell your friends about the show. It'd be really cool to just get a grassroots kind of movement going. And lastly, if you submit your favorite things to fightingfavorites@gmail.com, we'll put them on the show. You can submit as many things as you want. We could have an episode all about you if you want. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.